here again, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play I Know Places Taylor's version on the guitar. So here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this video today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you only need to know 6 different chord shapes to play through the whole song, and we're going to start with our A minor, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our F over C. We also have our D minor. Then there's our E major. Next is C. The last chord you need to know is our G add 4. And those are the only 6 chords to play through this song. Alright guys, so go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier. And this song does go pretty quickly, so you do need to be able to transition between those chords pretty fast. So if this is something you're currently struggling with, I do have an entire Practice With Me playlist right here on YouTube where we build up this skill in real time together. So I'll link that in the corner for those of you who need it. But once you have them under your belt, then we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that I would recommend for this song. Alright guys, so as I always say, if you are brand new to playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and go through the entire thing with a single down strum on every chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really just get used to what word or what syllable you're on whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. You stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out here in plain sight. I can hear them whisper as we pass by. It's a bad sign. Alright, so that's just a really quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just really make sure you know where those chords are going to be changing. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box. But once you've done that, we can go ahead and add to this single down strum to make more of a full pattern that you can apply for this whole song. Alright guys, so this is my recommendation for strumming for this song, which might look a little familiar to you if you're familiar with my other tutorials, because I do use this a lot, as does Taylor. But basically we're going to be counting this in a 16th note pattern, so it's going to sound like this. We have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, 1 and 2 and a 3E and 4 and a. Alright, so this pattern can be a little more tricky if you are new to playing guitar, so definitely pause and kind of look at it and get used to the up and down motions as long as you need to before moving on. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to apply this pattern one time through per chord pairing throughout the song. So for most of the song, we are going to have to actually split this measure in half. So I'm going to go ahead and add a vertical line here in the middle of this strumming pattern, and what that represents is where we want to change chords. So like I said, for most of the song, we are going to be playing one chord on the left and one chord on the right. A good example of that is the first verse. So you can see here we're starting on our A minor. What you would do is play your A minor for the left half of this pattern. So we have 1 and 2 and a. Then you switch chords here at the vertical line to our F over C and finish it out. 3E and 4 and a. Alright, so without stopping it sounds like this. And then same thing with the next 2 chords, we're going from D minor to E. Alright, so again, make sure you really have this pattern internalized, like the rhythm, before adding in these chord transitions. But one time through, the round for the verses without stopping would sound like this. We've got A minor, F, D minor, so I did speed it up just now a little. This song, like I said, goes pretty fast, so you do want to be able to play this pattern quickly eventually. But yeah, you can use this kind of split pattern for most of the song. So let me go ahead and show you what the verse looks like. You stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out here in plain sight. I can hear them whisper how the verses would go. You could use it for the pre-choruses as well, and it's gonna look just like the verse. 'Cause they got the cages, they got the boxes, and guys, they are the hunters, we are the foxes. We run. All right, and that leads us into the chorus. The same pattern can be applied here. We're just changing the chord order around. So on the chorus, we're starting on our C chord, to our G add 4, D minor, to F. Still doing the split pattern, and the rhythm is still exactly the same. I know places we won't be found, and they'll be chasing their tails, trying to track us down. All right? And so yeah, the way you play the chorus is exactly how you would play the bridge and the outro and things like that as well. So the actual strumming rhythm you can apply for the entire song, and we're gonna just do that split in the middle throughout it. The only thing that I would say can be a little bit more difficult besides being able to speed this up is I would recommend adding a palm mute to this pattern as well. So basically, if you're unfamiliar, what I'm doing is I'm taking the side of my playing hand with my pick in it, and I'm ever so gently just kind of laying that on the strings above where my bridge is on my guitar. And when you kind of have your hand or your palm there, you'll hear that it kind of mutes the sound as you are strumming. So basically with the palm mute, you'll notice that your down strums are a little more dampened, but your up strums will still ring. This is something that Taylor does so much whenever she's playing live and things like that. So the sooner you can get a palm mute down, the sooner you can apply it to a lot of her songs and make it sound a lot cooler. But basically what I would recommend you do is to apply the palm mute to all of the verses. And then when you get to the choruses, you let it ring out. So you take the palm mute out, okay? So with the palm mute in, the verse would sound like this. You stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out here in plain sight. I can hear them whisper as we pass by. It's a bad sign, bad sign. All right. Then you do the palm mute all the way through the pre-chorus, and then when you get to the chorus, you let it ring. Baby, I know places we won't be found, and they'll be chasing their tails, trying to track us down. Again, the palm mute is totally optional, but if you can add it into your guitar playing, it does really dress up the song a lot and helps the vocals stand out. It also separates like different parts of the song, so it's more fun to listen to as the listener. But again, totally optional if you want to add that in or not. But this is the strumming rhythm I would recommend for the entire song. All right, guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really get this strumming rhythm under your belt. It is going to take a little bit of practice, and you got to develop that muscle memory in order to be able to play this at tempo without getting lost and adding the palm mute and all of that kind of stuff. So if you're a beginner, just make sure you give yourself plenty of time to do that. This is a strumming rhythm that I have covered in my Practice With Me series strumming also. So I'll link that video in the corner. It's a way to kind of just build up your muscle memory together in real time, and we'll slowly speed it up together. So if you're interested, check that out. Otherwise, we can go ahead and take everything we've learned in this tutorial today, the chords, the transitions, the strumming, put it all together to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. You stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out here in plain sight. I can hear them whisper as we pass by. It's a bad sign, bad sign. Something happens when everybody finds out. Want to have fun jamming out to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other Swiftie sing-along guitar tutorials. I've covered so many of her songs from all the different albums and eras, so if you're a Swiftie who loves to play her songs on the guitar, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I will leave a link in the description box down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play, so I'll see you over there. Bye!